Hey y'all, it's Michelle from the Hudson Homestead. I'm at work, I'm taking a break, and I've got a video that I'm fixing to upload. I go around my elbow when I talk a lot of times, and I don't realize what I haven't, what I don't finish saying a lot of times. And so I'm talking about something near and dear to my heart, and that is regarding wives, husbands, mothers, and I'm going to be posting it and sharing it from my journal. Just notes I've taken from devotions I've had, devotion times I've had with the Lord regarding mothers and wives. And so I'm going to be sharing that in a video coming up soon. So be looking for that. So in this video that you're going to see that's attached to this, I talk about what's near and dear to my heart, and then I jumped over to something else. But hey, that's a 54-year-old woman for you who's got a lot going on, a lot on my plate here at work and at home. So just, overlook me. So yeah, that's what I didn't finish talking about. I'm going to be uploading a video soon about what is near and dear to my heart, and that is regarding wives and mothers. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Happy hump day from the Hudson Homestead. It's Michelle. About 15 more minutes, I'm heading to work, but I still got to upload part 2 of Father's Day weekend. I'm gonna try to get that done today. And then there's been something true and dear and near to my heart for a long time. I have a heart and a passion for broken homes, kids affected by divorce, failed marriages. I have such a heart and a passion for wives and husbands and marriages and raising children and, things that I failed at. But anyhow, I've got to water my garden. My husband got the hose all fixed up, and it's supposed to be really hot here today, and I don't think they're calling for any rain. But the last video that when I showed the day we had planted the peppers and the tomatoes, we had just put them in, and they were being transplanted from pots where I had started them late, like March or April. And so they were pretty small, so I'm going to show you now. And just, was it last weekend? I'm losing track of time. Maybe 2 weeks ago that we planted these. And here they are. Those are, I think we got, yeah. All right, these are all tomatoes. And I mean, they were little. And we've had quite a bit of rain lately. And then we've got the 2 big tomato plants. Move, Jake. Let Mama. I gotta show something. I gotta show my little maters that are already. I don't know if you can see that in there, but there are 2 little tomatoes there. And on this one, if you can, I hope I'm bad with not showing, but there's 1 little tomato there. And then these are my peppers. I love green onions. So last night, what did I plant in this bare spot right here? What did I plant here? Cantaloupe. I think I planted some cantaloupe right in here. I planted some green onions right here. These are leeks, and I've never eaten a leek, I don't think. But they look like just regular green onions. But the packaging in the stores, they're like fat green onions. So that's supposed to be leeks. I can't see them getting fatter, but who knows? Maybe they will. And then my honey said that he planted 2 other ones right here. And then here, I don't think Jake's feeling too good today. He's real quiet, didn't eat his breakfast. What's wrong, buddy? You seem so sad. Okay, so here, this had all peppers, all in there, in this bed. Oh yeah, he's sick, all right. Bless his heart. What got you sick? Did you eat something. The Lord just be with Jake's belly, help him feel better, and help him. All right. So anyhow, I need to separate those. There's like 5 stalks. That's my sunflowers. This is watermelon, and then that's broccoli that I started last fall, and some bugs started eating it, and my husband's like, oh, just put it in here, let's see what it'll do. So I said, okay. So yeah, never done broccoli before, but watermelons, watermelons just take off in growth the 2 years that we've planted them. So we said, hey, go with what works. So that's what we started, but I also planted some more in this other bare areas right here. I planted some more watermelon seeds. So anyhow, yeah, so that's what we've got going on. I think it looks okay. Yeah. For somebody that's not very good at, doesn't have a green thumb, not very good at gardening, you ought to see a plant I got at work that it needs to be replanted, repotted with soil. And I bet, a lot of people, when I do these videos and they see the beautiful flowers that come up in our yard in different spots, Miss Joyce, a good friend of mine, this was her home. I got a video that talks about that story. It was all God. I feel like God placed us here because I don't believe in coincidences. And yeah, Wilmington's kind of small compared to other big cities and towns. But she lived out here in the country in this house for 10 or 20 years, I believe. And she had a green thumb. When she passed away, 7 months after we moved in, I believe she passed away with leukemia. But she had a green thumb. She planted the azalea bushes and see these flowers, roses, all those purple ones there. Some coming up over there, some there. Yeah, we really got to get in that bed and clean it out. Hubby started on it, but and then 2 old oak, small scrub oaks and weeds. But yeah, she planted these flowers and all the flowers on our property. And I mean, what do you call that? A horticulturist? I'm not sure, but she was talented. So her memorial service before the graveside, they had, her casket, for viewing for the family to come by. And they had a, Jake, he's wrapping me up. Hold on. They had and see these flowers here? I mean, I'm putting her work to shame, and I got to get better at it. You're probably like, well, why would you move out there with such beautiful property if you couldn't take care of it and do it? I plan on it. I plan on getting better. And, especially by the time I retire, where I can take some more time, spend some more time on it. But when they had the memorial service, they had a projector screen, and it showed her on our property here, her property at the time, and with her husband. He had passed away 10 years before her. She may have lived here 30 years. Yeah, she was 10 years by herself after her husband passed away, and she just couldn't afford the upkeep. Well, she had to go to work, and she just couldn't afford. She was making minimum wage, first job in her whole life, in her 60s, close to 70, as a cashier at a Handy Hugo gas station. And I would go in there to buy cigarettes because I smoked. And, but she would smile at me, but I could always, I sense like, a sadness about her. And I'd say, you doing okay today? What's your name? And she said, Joyce. And I said, can I call you Miss Joyce? And she said, sure. And I said, well, I'm Michelle. And so I would stop in there just about every morning, get a pack of cigarettes, and I'd say, how are you doing today? And if she wasn't feeling good, or she had a bad knee and had to get a knee replacement surgery scheduled, having my cup of coffee with my granddaughter's picture on it. And that's my 2 sons and me, and Valina when she was born. Family photo, my sons. And then that's one of Valina by herself when she was like 2. She just turned 10. But anyhow, I jump around, sorry. But back to Miss Joyce. She would say, can you pray for my surgery coming up? And I would say, yes, ma'am. And then it just became a habit when I would go in there. I'd say, you got any needs? Anything you need me to lift up in prayer for you? And she would tell me prayer requests of friends or family. And she had 1 daughter and had 3 grandsons that were triplets from the daughter. And so the grandsons are grown, and so I don't understand why family property that maybe the sons didn't try to sell it, or it was a reverse mortgage, so I get kind of confused with all that. But it's a testimony for sure of how I feel God moved, because we had prayed over this home. We had prayed over 2 others before we saw this one. And this one was about 10 minutes further. We were looking in Rocky Point, which it was 20 minutes from my job, where this is like 30 minutes. And speaking of 30 minutes, I got to head out the door. So I don't want this to be too long, and it's already 10 minutes and 9 seconds, and I'm just going around my elbow. Check that video out if you're interested in how God, I feel, placed us here. Although, as I've been in the wilderness with the depression, and after my surgery, you know, right 2 months before we moved in here, I had major surgery and female surgery. So yeah, no hormones, and Hurricane Florence happened, and you know, I was working disaster recovery for the area, and we were blessed. People across just down the road lost everything, all around us pretty much. But our neighbors, Bill and Kay, and us, I think we're the only ones that really didn't get a whole lot of flood damage from the rains that hovered over. Mama's got to go to work. Did you go get your treats? So, got depressed with Florence, you know, and I thought it was from, we were having, doing a lot of disaster recovery work for FEMA and, you know, denials of FEMA applications. Mama's got to go to work. No, you can't go. Go get your treats. Did you eat them already? And so people were saying that it was like empathy depression or something, that attorneys and clerical staff, and you know, if we're working really hard and you're seeing all the damage around, and you maybe didn't have damage, you were blessed enough to be okay with your property or your belongings or your home and clothes and, you know, stuff, that it was like a guilt thing or something, and then it turns into depression. I don't know. And I thought, really? Maybe that's what's going on with me. But it just got worse and worse, and then I started having panic attacks, like a fight or flight syndrome, and I just had to leave from my office, and thankfully they were very understanding. Most jobs probably would have fired me. And yeah, so finally I thought, you know, I don't have any ovaries that are giving me hormones, and my real mother passed away at age 48 of breast cancer. So I've had my breasts checked every year, mammograms, ever since I was 29, and I'm 54. And so they had told me, well, you know, you can't take hormones because it will make sure you leave an ovary, because you won't be able to take hormone pills because of cancer in your family. You know, you're high risk. So after suffering for about 2 years of depression and panic attacks, I finally called the doctor who did my surgery, and I said, Dr. Chase, yeah. I said, Dr. Chase, I said, I can deal with the hot flashes, but I'm having a lot of other symptoms. Insomnia, I still have that. Matter of fact, last night and night before, I've had trouble sleeping. And I mean, I even took a couple of PM medicines. Doesn't even faze me. You be a good boy, Mama see you tonight. So yeah, so I'm gonna be uploading part 2 of Father's Day weekend. I'm gonna be uploading this video. And I'm also gonna be uploading my, I don't know what you want to call it, my heart's passion regarding marriages. And I got sound biblical advice and suggestions for husbands and also for wives. So I'm going to be uploading those as well. So yeah, long-winded, gone about my elbow, probably lost a lot of viewers. Hey, it's me. That's just me. Like me, love me, leave me. That was corny. Anyhow, it's about 15 minutes on this video. So I hope everyone has a blessed day. I love you with all my heart. And stay strong, stay encouraged, and be blessed. All right, bye-bye.